Well, it is round 3 of the Pirelli Super Series 1000 Championship, and we're here in God's country, the northeast of England, at Croft circuit. So as you can hear, there's bikes going round, which means it's a test day. It's not been going too badly. It's very windy. I mean, here's quite kind of shaded, but it is windy out there. It's shaded, sheltered from the wind. Don't know whether them trees are giving away. It's gusty anyway, so it's a test day. There's loads of traffic, kind of making the most of it. Had a good session there. Max Lofthouse was out, and I didn't know it, but Mercer was out there as well with us. It was good. We kind of were, you know, picking our way through the slower riders and kind of enjoying it. The lap times I've been doing, I'm still about a second off what I was managing on a track day when I did one on the 10th of April. It's a lot windier today though, and there's more traffic as well, so been making a few changes. I had gone back to a setup that I'd used for the test day. However, I've just been out there and realised it's definitely too soft in the front, so just went to a little bit stiffer on the fork by 0.25. 2 sessions left, so I've had 3. This one's 20 minutes and the last one this afternoon's 15 minutes. Obviously not using new tyres or anything. I don't know whether I've said best time today so far is a 24.2. My PB here is a 23 flat on the Exersci, so answering the comments, what will be my fastest lap time this weekend on the blade. I will also point out that Sunday is looking like it could be quite wet, so we might only get one chance at it tomorrow. But it'll be what it'll be, so stay tuned. Subscribe. That was the best session of the day so far. 1 session left now. 24.0. I just tried my best to get like clear track. Worked out. It is still really windy out there, and I know there's areas of track that I'm weak at, so I kind of spent half the session just trying to, you know, improve myself in a couple of areas. Doesn't seem to be working. I mean, my pace seems comparable with anybody that's here, I would have said. Obviously, once we all get new tyres in tomorrow, well, we'll see what happens then, won't we? But yeah, I think I'm about half a second quicker at this point than I was last year on the Exersci. I would say the conditions aren't as good this year, definitely a bit more windy. That session took some rebound out of the back, and it did help with the drive grip, and the bike wasn't uncontrolled, so I'm not sure whether to do it, you know, go more or not. But it seemed better. Obviously, if you take the rebound out the back, you should, well, in race cars you would generate a bit more grip, because if you've got a lot of rebound, it restricts the tyre from finding the ground, if that makes any sense at all to anyone that's watching. Bikes might be different, but it certainly seemed to help me, I think. Still weak out of that chicane at the beginning of the lap. Really weak there. Everywhere else I feel pretty good. So yeah, 1 session left. It'd be nice if I could go under a 24 today. The tyres I've got in, I've done well, front tyres done 2 races and then all day today. Rear tyres done 1 race and then all day today, and I was going to put this one on. That one's nicer, but I don't care that much. You know, because there's still life on this tyre, and it's all about, you know, trying to run on a budget really, so yeah, not that bothered. If I could just have another good session, hopefully just clear track. I wouldn't mind if me and a couple of lads who I race with, if we could all get out together, but otherwise I'm just happy to go around by myself, to be honest. So yeah, I'll see you when the riding for the day is over.
got my goods in transit.
He's smiling.
Business. Bubble guy
Show everyone your tongue.
It's not Snapchat.
Oh.
unless it's on your postcode. No, that's just generally what it.
She's vlogging Will, starting early, mate, for her channel.
I did get.
So she can get loads of subscribers before she starts racing. And just like that, it's the end of the test day. It hasn't been too bad. I went quicker in the last session, 123.8. Still half a second off what I managed on a track day the other week, month, but it was probably less windy, and to be fair, there's a fair bit of traffic out there as well. But the always is, I feel like I sound like a broken record. Anyway, bike's in one piece, no dramas. Probably have a look through the data later on once Layla's in bed and Steph's fell asleep, and see if I'm going to make any changes for tomorrow. To be honest, I don't there's no major problems with the bike. I would like if it would turn a little bit easier through the chicane and through the S's, so don't know, maybe we'll lower the front through a little bit more, or I don't know, we might change something. But it's been a successful day, sun's shining, so cheers to that. Layla's on the vlog. Layla's on the vlog. There you go. It's you on the vlog.
Say hi.
Say hello, YouTube.
Hiya.
Say like and subscribe.
Hiya. Cheese. Cheese.
Shall we both go on? Hey.
Cheese. Cheese. Cheese.
Oh, she's waving bye because she's had the engine start. Well, it's Saturday morning now, and now I have data on my bike. I've actually got something to look at. Obviously, normally I just watch my onboards from yesterday, but I didn't actually have a camera on for my best session, which is 1 minute 23.8. But what I do have
are a very particular set of skills.
Is data from when I was here on a track day a month or so ago, and then obviously data from yesterday, so I'm able to compare. Now, I've got a lot of wheel speeds, G sensors, all that type of stuff, and then the additional sensors I've added on, so front brake pressure, and then front and rear suspension position. So I use the aim logger. So if we look at the software, I'll turn you around. So these are my 2 laps overlaid. You can set up a lot of different kind of pages and have whatever it is that you want. This one looks pretty messy because there's 2 channels on the 2 laps. So in red, I've got a 23.3 from my track day, and then we've got yesterday's 23.8. So then I've got my, here we've just got GPS speed rather than wheel speeds, brake pressure, front suspension position, grip position, so that's the throttle grip, and then I've got the delta in terms of time. Oh, and in between here we've got gear, which there's not really any difference there because I'm on the same gearing, and then we've got the delta. So just looking at GPS speed, if you look at the areas where there's the biggest difference in the gap, so for instance here we can see there's a big difference. So just before the chicane at the back, on the track day I was 5 miles an hour faster through there, and then if you look at the delta you can see that that's where I start to lose time. So initially I gained time. If we look at the bottom of the screen, I gained time into the first corner, lost a little bit out of it, but then was level at this point here, so sort of turn 3 I guess you would call it, maybe, I don't know, turn 2, turn 3, it's weird here because there's actually a corner there. So I was actually slightly quicker yesterday there. Then we go down here, the straight, and we can see that I'm kind of losing time initially because I'm 5 miles an hour slower there, 4 miles an hour slower. Then it levels off. Then we can see I'm actually harder on the brakes yesterday, and we can see here again the delta goes under, so I'm half a tenth faster yesterday than I was on my fastest lap on the Honda around here. Then we can see that slowly throughout the last part of the lap I'm losing time. So I was fast into the left of Jim Clark S's. It was really windy yesterday and I'm not able to get the bike turned, so runs into a big delta, and then we can see I'm not braking very hard into sunny compared. And there's a lot more time lost there. Obviously the the sharper that gradient is, the faster that you're losing time. You can see basically all the way through at the end I'm losing time until we get into the last corner, and then I managed to, you know, a bit later on the brakes, a bit harder in there, and I managed to pull it back, but 0.492 off my best. Now looking at this, I can see that I'm not actually riding too bad. I think the wind was affecting me a fair bit, and it's not windy this morning. I know obviously the conditions were the same for everybody, so I would hope to get in the 22s this morning with some new tyres on, but we'll see, won't we? So maybe you found this interesting. If you did, give me a subscribe, a like, whatever. Yeah, see you in the next video. So it was supremely annoying. Finally got to the front of the group that I was in. I was 1 second on my best time. Red flags come out, man. So I was, you know, I hope whoever's the red flag is okay, but I was supremely annoyed. I was like screaming up there at the complex because I knew I was on for a good time. I'm thinking, oh, great, now I want to be like 8th on the grid. Came back, I'm 2nd on the grid. Max has done a 22.4. I was on for a 22.5, so. But I was thinking, so I'm, you know, even if I did a 22.5, it wouldn't have improved where I qualified, unless I found an extra 10th somewhere. I was just coming out, just going into sunny when the red flags came out. So good. The bike feels so much better with new tyres. Unbelievable. I love new tyres, IDST. So now I'm happy, but I was extremely not happy. So we'll see what happens in the race. I'm setting on the grid. Usually I get good starts, although we haven't got a practice one then because of red flag. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So 2nd, not too bad really. So just found out there's been an amended grid. Turns out I'm really sharing the front row Kyle ride.
And he didn't even qualify?
Yeah, he didn't qualify in our qualifying session. I don't know when he's qualified. I mean, no doubt he would have qualified in front of us, but he's only beat Max by less than a 10th. It's like half a 10th, might even be less than that. And he's done a 24.420. I was on for a 24.4 when I got red flagged, so
20 what?
yeah. Oh, 22. Yeah, so he's done a 20.
What you win?
He's done 22.4. Max has done 22.4. I was on for a 22.4. But I mean, I got some good starts at Snetterton, so it wouldn't be good if I could beat Carl in the first corner. Who knows? But if I don't do it, I'll probably delete what I just said. But if I do it, then you know what's about to happen. Okay, yeah, I didn't beat him in the first corner, but he is the BSB champ.
helmetcity.co.uk.
Well, so much for showing Kyle a wheel into turn 1. It's the only time I saw him and Max. Max was absolutely flying. I didn't have a new rear tyre in, and I know some other people did have, not everyone. Yeah, a little bit disappointed there, to be honest. I felt uneasy through the S's. Well, say disappointed. I finished 3rd, but you know, you would hope Kyle doesn't count for anything. So then it's the 2nd, which would equal my best finish in the Pirelli Super Series 1000. If not, it's a 3rd place. But not a bad start. Unfortunately, my lap time means I'm going to be starting about 5th tomorrow. But with some new tyres in, and you know, I like new tyres, we'll go faster. So yeah, hopefully the guy who high-sided out the last corner and brought out the red flag is okay. Yeah, just it's all me really. Just struggled through the left, right of the S's, but good result, so can't complain. She is recording.
Just like my dad now.
Are you a vlogger?
No, just be careful though, Layla. Look, over there with Daddy.
I don't know which ones I've got.
Cheese!
Layla has actually got hold of the GoPro, turned it on herself and then started recording. Haven't you? She's got her own YouTube channel now, guys, if you all want to subscribe. Cheese. So, it's Saturday night at Croft, and it's becoming a tradition now that we go out for a par more, especially for the southern folk among us, because, you know, he thinks he's northern, he's not northern. Anyway, so cheers everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. Not a bad way to celebrate 2nd. Well, it's Sunday morning. We're just chilling down with Lola.
Say hi, yeah.
Say hi. Are you showing people your bogies? It looks like we've got a high chance of rain all day, but just like rubbish rain. And just as I say that, it starts to rain. So currently got the new slicks in, but I've been up for my morning practice pass because I wanted to try different gearing. A little bit shorter, give me some better drive in 3rd gear. I've got some inters in the van, which I've used before. So obviously I don't want to use new tyres in morning warm-up or the emergency practice. But what I don't want to do is go and put, well yeah, I don't want to go and put inters on these and then say if it's dry for practice, then the only tyres I've got to use are new slicks. So I'm kind of holding out. So I mean, ideally what I need it to do is just lash down now, and then I know I'll need a set of slicks in case it dries out for a race, wet and inters, and then it makes the choice a little bit easier. This is, I mean, if we just had one tyre, you wouldn't even have to consider these things, would you? But definitely going to change gearing anyway. And hopefully, it was a good result yesterday, you know, 2nd place, and I got to have a race with Carl. I say I got to have a race with him. We're in the same race, but that's about all there was to it. But yeah, it was good to get 2nd, but my lap time wasn't strong, as I mentioned yesterday, so I'll be starting either 5th or 6th today. I haven't looked at it too much. So we'll just have to kind of, well yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but I'll go out for morning practice, emergency practice, and then I'll update you then. So see you in a bit. Well, we've had emergency practice. I went out on the intermediate tyres. It was definitely the right choice for the track conditions at the time. I mean, not my close competitors weren't out there, I don't think, but I was fastest by a considerable margin, a couple of seconds. But now it's definitely wet. I'm out in about 5-10 minutes, so just quickly put the wets back in the bike. We'll get out there, won't we, and we'll see what happens. So get yourself on. So unfortunately what you should be looking at here is the start of the race, but I forgot to turn my GoPro on. However, I did think important things were about to happen, and I had the presence of mind to turn them on whilst I was going round, so you join us on about lap 5. As you can see, it's very wet. There's just myself and Max, and then quite a big gap behind, somewhere in the region of 10 to 15 seconds to 3rd place. I finally won a race in the Pirelli class. I never won one in the 600 class, been close, feel like I've been robbed by backmarkers and all sorts over the years. I finally won one, and I was that confident in the race. I realised my camera wasn't on, so I like slowed down a little bit to turn it on, because I wanted to have like the proof of me, you know, finally getting a win for the channel. So, oh my god, I'm absolutely buzzing. I hope the next one's even wetter. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next race. Absolutely buzzing. So I've had a second yesterday and a first today, so that puts me joint overall lead with Max. This on my face is actual sweat, not rain. So yeah, it was getting moist in there, but like and subscribe. but it wasn't quite to be, was it? I mean, that's the fastest I've ever been around Croft. I had a moment in one of the races. Richie, they're still turned on. Oh no, it's not. I don't know. It looked like it was from here. So yeah, I had a moment coming out of tower. It broke loose on me quite a bit, enough, you know, it could have definitely ejecto seato cuzzed me. So yeah, if on Wednesday you said, would you shake my hand now for 2 seconds in a first, I'd have definitely shaken your hand. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. That'll put me second overall for the weekend. Max rode really well, especially in the dry conditions. He was fast, so yeah, but good results. We're moving up. I mean, obviously this is my home track, but it's not somewhere that you get a ride round a lot. I think there's only one track day a month here with no limit, or you know, one Thursday, Friday a month, so it's not as if I've done any more mileage around here than anywhere else. But just goes to show, you know, what a little bit of confidence can do. I still didn't get near my 22.4, what qualifying said that I could have done. 22.788, the official timing's got me at, but nonetheless, PB's a PB in it, so very pleased. On to the next round. Make sure you like and subscribe. Big up all my sponsors, thank you very much.